Hey folks, we're here again with Revival 3. This is round 8, going to be Shiny Loudred versus Klird. Didn't really realize I'd have to be pronouncing that name, so we're going to go with Klird. My name is Wild Rumpus, this is round 8, and shoot, I forget the record from these players. That was something, it might be 5-2. That sounds right, 5-2, so this might be a knockout game. I don't want to like switch tabs and ruin the viewing experience for you all, so we're just gonna go with that. But anyway, yeah, let's just play, see what's going on. We got a couple nicknames. I always appreciate when Pokemon are nicknamed. Obviously, the scary matchup of Mence versus Tar, with Choice Band Mence being kind of the apex predator, and looking like a probable Pursuit Tar, considering that we have the Fortress here. Milo revealed as well. And yeah, so far a lot of blue Pokemon on Shiny Loudred's team. Does blue offense use Skarmory? It does, right? I've played with it, I forget. Roar Zap, gonna be clicked into the Claydol. Bring out Salamence, which does reveal leftovers. And yeah, Milo, pretty much as good an answer as any. Rock Slide clicked. Not a very inspiring 17% there, but does indicate that that Salamence is physical. Okay, Skarm entering now on Fortress, which is probably just clicking spin. Yep. We're in for a long one here, folks, and that's okay. Get comfy, maybe grab a nice. You know, it's kind of that season. We're entering the autumn. At least I am here in the northern hemisphere, so. Maybe get some apple cider, some chocolate milk, some tea, some coffee, something of your choosing. Look outside the window, appreciate that maybe the leaves are changing a bit. Because there are no spikes. Klird did get a second spike. Fire Blast clicked. Oh, interesting set here actually for Mence. You don't often see Fire Blast paired with Rock Slide. So I wonder what Rock Slide's trying to target there, that the standard moveset does not hit, because... yeah, that is still a mixed Mence. Anyway, zap in now on the Skarmory. Click and protect on the Thunderbolt. Are we gonna see the Roar here? I mean, there's no reason to like risk Skarmory. Like the Zapdos is probably like, I don't know. I still feel like you're winning this Spikes War long term, especially when, yeah, if Claydol has to give up 30% to get a spin in front of Zapdos, then yeah, that's not boding well for your team. Okay, we do have a Blissey. Wish Blissey could really extend this game. We'd love to see that. Click Seismic Toss into T-Tar, which is an interesting T-Tar entry. Probably has Brick Break, I would assume. No, it's DD. Interesting. Okay, not the set I would have expected at all, and probably not the set that Shiny Loudred expected either. Given that you have this Fortress, you have the Milo, usually indicates pretty slow. Usually indicates a Pursuit Tar. But it does just get foddered off for damage, actually, on Suicune here. But the Doug, okay, so Suicune is dealt with. And yeah, Doug is definitely a really useful asset to have on stall teams. Because if there's a threat such as, okay, how do I deal with a, you know, Suicune setting up when none of my Pokemon really threaten it offensively? Well, you just trade into it and then clean it up with Doug. Boom now from the... okay, things are actually speeding up here. Probably Choice Band Metagross clicking Boom, gonna find Fori, and now the Spike War is actually won for Shiny Loudred. Oh, but a nice double catches the Blissey. Is this Doug gonna be able to 1v1 it? Switches out, actually. Does not... oh, counter Blissey. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was a good switch then. Skarm comes in now and can start clicking spikes. So there's still the Milo issue, because how do you deal with it? Assuming that it has Refresh, then Skarmory can't just Toxic it. Mence probably gets 1v1'd. And Claydol, you pretty much just need to Claydol Boom it. But how do you find a position where you can Claydol Boom it reliably? Especially considering that Milo outspeeds Claydol and can just crit it, right? I'm pretty sure a crit Surf would take out a Claydol. I'm not positive on that. Yeah, Milo's looking like a threat here. And it always is a pretty pesky Pokemon to deal with. Okay, just shuffling, just doing some PP stall. Now a Wish Blissey would really shut down this Milo, but obviously this is not. And it's gonna start tossing. Okay, so there might be a little bit of Milotic PP stalling going on here. Because, yeah, this Milo hasn't... It would have clicked Toxic if it had it by now, I presume. I'm actually surprised to see Klird just burning these Surfs, considering how threatening Milo is. In comes Skarm. Okay. Gets caught on the switch in. Quite nice. Shiny Loudred was obviously expecting a recover turn there. And Klird really just one step ahead here. Reads the switch and reads the protect. Now back into Blissey on the Surf. What would Klurd's last Pokemon be? I wonder. If it was a spin blocker, it would have come out already against Claydol. I assume maybe you're happy to take the hidden power chit from Zapdos onto Claydol if you're Klird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the last could be. We might find out if Milo doesn't just win. It is going for freezes on Blissey, so I'm going to make the executive decision to go fast here. Not hyper fast, just regular fast. Because it looks like PP is coming into play here, for sure. And that pretty much indicates that Klurd's last probably doesn't deal with Blissey particularly well, given the fact that it can't switch into Blissey and threaten it out and try and make progress in that way. Because, yeah, without... Man, Milo is really wishing it had Toxic right here. Because if it did, it just, like, kind of wins the game on the spot, actually. Like, once Meta is down and once Suicune is down, it is just Milo winning easily. Ice Beam is nice against Mence, but, you know, Toxic and then Recover Stalling still does the job. Klird actually saying, please don't freeze in chat. Is that... Okay. I don't know if that was in reference to the Blissey clicking Ice Beam. I think it may have been. Nevertheless, Doug enters now on the Psychic. Gonna get basically sacked off. Nope. Switch into Zapdos, which has revealed... Let's go back to normal here. Zapdos has revealed a hidden power. Well, both Ice and Grass are going to be super effective into Claydol, but it is Ice. Okay, down goes Salamence. But Blissey last might just be able to win, right? It's Rest Sap, actually. Okay, so this Blissey's going to get PP stalled, I imagine. Has it wasted a bunch of Ice Beams? It's got 11 left into a Pressure Mon. Yeah. It's looking like the stall is going to win here, I would say. Milo obviously didn't do... Well, there's crit odds, right? I mean, it'll come down to crits, I guess. See, rest here. Actually, do just raw Ice Beams do enough to force out Zapdos? I think with the Sand... Oh man, that did just a third. No, because actually, yeah. With the Sand, you're definitely scared out here. Okay. And, oh, Blissey clicking toss there, but it is enough with the Sand. So down goes Zapdos. Never mind. Looks like Blissey might be the one winning. Sometimes stall gets stalled, you know? Okay, down to 7 Ice Beams. Thing is, if Blissey... Well, no, it has counter, so it still, like, beats Doug, even without Ice Beam. Yeah, cool set. Okay, a lot of Ice Beams have been clicked this game without any freezes. That's noteworthy, right, guys? Yeah. What do we... Oh, there's the freeze. What do we think of these nicknames, by the way? I don't know if there's a theme. Okay, I see some phobias. Thalassophobia, I don't know what acrophobia means. Let me know. Are these seem either disparate nicknames or they are like song names or something like that. Okay, Milo has stayed frozen for quite some time, and it is Claydol last, which I'm quite surprised Claydol didn't enter at any point to get rid of that one spike. I mean, obviously, you know, you don't have that many spike weak Pokemon. It's just one spike, and you have Doug and you have Milo, so it's like, what are you really gonna do? But yeah. Okay, Claydol last. Can Claydol win? No, it can't. You just go into your own and boom. Makes sense. Makes sense. Okay. Only 76 turns. Didn't even, it felt longer than that, didn't it? Nevertheless, it is Stall actually getting outstalled by just a Blissey. Yeah, and looking back, I mean, what is the Blissey answer on this team? It's really just Doug. And maybe a boom from Claydol. A boom from Fori. One of those. But yeah, the fact that Milo doesn't have Toxic really swung the Blissey matchup by a lot, actually. And I guess that goes to show why Milos like to run Toxic. Although the physical tar, obviously, is something that can do well into Blissey. But it really did just get thrown away into Suicune. Obviously, Suicune's a threat, but you have Aurora Zapdos. You have a Suicune. You have answers into that. So maybe T-Tar was thrown away a little prematurely, but we're going to game 2 either way. Okay, T-Tar versus T-Tar. It's going to be switch out. I see have fun, no more good luck, LMAO. Right. So we do have a pretty standard setup from Klird so far. In comes Respite, the Charizard, which is going to threaten all sorts of nasty moves. Raw focuses in front of the Skarmory, obviously trying to catch the T-Tar switch, but a defensive Starmie is a great Charizard switch in when it's unrevealed. And it's looking like Big 5 Starmie from Klird so far. Focus Punch now from Snorlax, which is the special wall of choice for Shiny Loudred. Much more offensive team. Okay, Spike goes down as T-Tar enters. And clicks Focus Punch yet again on the Protect this time around. So Skarmory knows what's up. Probably still go Swampert anyway. No, clicks Toxic, okay. On what could have been Lum. That could have been a little scary. On the Protect turn, Charizard finds an entry. And do you sack off Skarm here is the question. And Skarm does get sacked off. Yeah, it's really scary that Skarm in front of a Charizard, because Charizard in front of a sub can just threaten so many Pokemon. Okay, Starmie is going to be used to scare out the Charizard and double into Gengar. And it is a mixed meta, okay. So, potential HP Grass into Pert here. Well, Psychic, I guess, is a less common move to pair with HP Grass, because it's just a move to generally hit Pert. But yeah, Blissey here is going to be the answer into Suicune. Things are looking pretty good for Shiny Loudred. Especially like Big 5 Starmie is pretty weak to a Restock Suicune in particular. If that Charizard can get behind a sub, assuming it is Focus Punch, well, it already clicked Focus Punch, of course it is, then it can just threaten every single Pokemon on Klird's team. Clicks Beat Up, actually. Beat Up Focus Punch is an interesting set. It's usually one or the other. But that's like very frightening now, because this thing is just a monster. Because you like the one way you would be able to deal with it otherwise is have Blissey in front of it, denying it a sub, but with Beat Up, how's that even an option anymore? Yeah, I don't know. Attack Raise here on the Metagross, which is faster. Click Psychic. Eats an Earthquake and goes down. So that is a huge attacking Pokemon taken out for this potential beat up, which, for those of you who don't know, calls on the attack stats of your remaining non-statist team members. And yeah, Faint, I guess, is a status for all intents and purposes. Okay, in comes Claydol. Spike could go away permanently. Obviously, you know there's the Gengar. Nope, we'll be doing the safe play of just switching in Suicune here to Starmie. And again, as it was before, still is now, Suicune a threatening Pokemon into this team. Gengar maybe having T-Bolt here, but Gengar is not really a very robust Suicune check. Actually clicks Taunt. Was probably hoping to deny a Sleep Talk. And Psychic gets clicked now. Okay, are you gonna switch back into Suicune? And honestly, eating a Surf for the Spike clear might be worth it just to get like Snorlax way more breathing room around this Starmie. And Suicune for that matter as well. Okay. Lax in front of Gengar. This Gengar could be clicking Wisp, which would be a big deal. Actually switching out into T-Tar on the Pert. Pert's going to get some leftovers here. And threaten T-Tar, obviously. Suicune re-enters on the Spike. Eats a Surf. And things are absolutely getting worn down here with just this one Spike. I gotta say. Earthquake now. Ooh, it is in Sand Range. Down goes Suicune. Wow. Okay, Zarden now. But with Beat Up, does this have Hidden Power Grass? Is now the question. It already revealed Focus Punch, obviously Fire Blast, because it's always going to have a fire move. And it does, okay. So no sub Focus Punch Charizard. A ballsy set, basically, you know, mandating that you catch those T-Tars and catch the, well, not Blissey so much because of Beat Up, but catch those Pokemon on the Switch. Oh, wow. Starmie recovering right in front of the Focus Punch. And now it's probably healthy enough to feel fine switching out into a Gengar, a T-Tar. Nope, stays in, eats the Shadow Ball, and actually goes down. Okay, thought it was going to eat that, not going to lie. T-Tar in now, though, and will just take out Snorlax. Things are definitely winding down. You have a Claydol, which can maybe get traded out with T-Tar, kind of forced to Earthquake, which does give the free Gengar entry. Gengar probably happy to trade down with Claydol. Wisp there. Can miss, of course, as opposed to an Ice Punch, but it means that T-Tar is just going to be able to 1v1 it. And it's Destiny Bond as well. Okay, on the spin. Wow, did Claydol know that set or expect a switch out or something? Must have been the case. At this point now, the Destiny Bond, if it wasn't already known about, is very clearly known about. So Claydol just going to get worn down here. And I wonder why... because it's Gengar revealed Taunt, right? I wonder why Blissey isn't being foddered off. I guess it has Toxic. Oh, this is already a Toxic T-Tar as well. So I feel like you're better off sacking Blissey in this scenario, potentially. Just because, well, Focus Punch means it's probably not DD. I guess my point being that Gengar is helpful into this T-Tar because you can deny a DD with Taunt and then just Destiny Bond. And stall turns that way, I guess, or whatever. Goes Blissey now. Which is Toxic Flamethrower. Unique set. Eats a Psychic for very little damage. Gonna click Ice Beam here. So Blissey is in on the T-Tar switch. But yeah, unlikely to be DD, I would say. And even with DD, do you have enough turns? I don't really think so. Clicks DD. It's an Ice Beam. Yeah, 20% on an Ice Beam. It's just so much. And your own Tar is going to live one without a crit. Goes for second DD, which is going to secure the loss, I think. For sure. I mean, you needed a crit on Blissey that turn anyway, but even then, I think there's just like not enough turns. So yeah, gonna be Shiny Loudred taking the set here. And honestly, I have to wonder about eating that Surf for the spin earlier. It's definitely hindsight because it's a very aggressive play to make. And like if you get crit or something like that, then you can just like lose and beat yourself up over it. But yeah, I mean, you have these Spike Weak Pokemon that would love to be switching in and like eating little bits of chip, healing it off or whatever. Particularly like Suicune, but Black's really hating those Spike entries into Starmie, for example, which has just way more longevity without the Spike. Yeah, maybe it's worth making that aggro play for the spin. Especially considering Skarm was down, right? So you know it's gone permanently. But that is all hindsight, and in the moment, it obviously is the much safer play to preserve your Claydol's HP against a Water-type Pokemon in front of you clicking a Water move. Wait, that's not the set. That's game 2. What am I saying? Yeah, now Klird wins. Okay. Yeah, we have a game 3 here. Look at that! Summoned from the void. And we get more Pokemon. Isn't that fun? Aren't you guys happy? Okay. Sand yet again. Skarm versus Skarm. Are we going to see every Spike go down? We're not. Faster Taunt here from Jawbreaker. Shiny Loudred Skarmory. But Thief from Klirds. Okay. So the Thief card... I don't know how much speed Thief Skarm actually runs, typically. Nice Toxic Click there onto catching the Claydol switch. And Claydol going to get some presumably permanent chip here on the thieved Skarmory, but 3 spikes are down. And if there's a spin blocker, then yeah, things can get a little hairy. In comes Zard, yet again, eating a Toxic though. Put on a timer, so it's just a matter of getting as much value with this Charizard as you can in the time being. And a defensive Jirachi, not a very common pairing with Blissey necessarily. Well, point being, it's a defensive Pokemon that is very, very threatened by Charizard. So you have to wonder if one of your defensive core members is this threatened by Charizard. Is the other really sturdy into Charizard? Because if not, then Charizard is obviously going to be a massive threat. Nevertheless, Claydol is able to find an opportunity to spin here, and it is Blissey. Okay, so the Zard issue is a little more resolved, but yet again, if Zard can get a sub... Okay, there's a Romo. Another Stally team here from Klird. Interesting. Curse Pert. Okay, that's a threat. I mean, obviously there's the Skarmory that can roar. Suicune might even have roar. Does. Clicks roar. Oh, obviously has roar since it got outsped there by the -1. Swampert. But a Lastmon Pert looking kind of nasty. Assuming it has a rest to deal with Toxics. If you have some defensive boosts, you might even live a Metagross Boom. Scary stuff there. Okay, and Pert did come in on the Fire Punch and was willing to eat the Toxic, so that all but guarantees that this Swampert has rest, because you would not be trying to eat those moves, or be willing to eat those moves otherwise. Okay, Skarm does get a spike, and with no spinner revealed, you can get as many spikes as you please. Actually going to be switching out to Suicune here, catching the Charizard entry, which now has taken some permanent Toxic chip there. Again, that Mon is on a timer. And yeah, with the defensive Suicune, with the Blissey, not looking so fantastic anymore. And that Toxic is going to be a lot more debilitating, because a non-toxic Charizard in this position would really appreciate... let's take a moment here. A non-toxic Charizard would really appreciate being able to click a sub in front of something and just like click a guaranteed move. Or at least just like come in, click a move, get out, rinse and repeat, stuff like that. But getting worn down constantly, really going to limit it. Also, this is a defensive Wish Jirachi as well, or rather a Wish Jirachi. I don't know how defensive with Thunder and HP Grass, presumably. I didn't see what it clicks Hidden Power into, whether it was super effective or not. I'm scrolling up in the chat, but I think I just missed it. So, anyways, that how sad it is. So it clicked a super effective Hidden Power into Claydol, so probably, yeah, definitely Grass, because it gets Ice Punch, so it's not Ice. Okay, and the battle of the Wish Jirachis. Gonna be a burn from Klirds with that Fire Punch. Definitely a nice status to get on Jirachi, although so is Para. I'm surprised to see 2 Thunders hit and no Para from a Jirachi. In my opinion, Jirachi like shouldn't even be allowed to run Thunder. That thing is so stupid of a move for it to get. Okay, Claydol getting healthy again with the Wish Pass. This is probably going to be a long one. I'd say it's Klird favorite though, because long term, I mean, you're getting 3 spikes. You are getting just roar chip damage with these spikes on the actual sweepers, such as the Swampert. Charizard's on a massive timer. And yeah, I just don't know how you win. I don't know what the win condition is at all, actually, for Shiny Loudred. Spikes aren't going to stay, because you're just going to get spun on. And Blissey revealed Aromatherapy, right? It sure did. It's probably going to click it right here. So you have no way to really deal with Claydol. It's going to get past wishes. It's going to get its Toxics healed off. Now Suicune is full again. I'm surprised Klird hasn't been going a little harder to get more spikes down. Just really apply the pressure. It would be forcing Swampert to be clicking Rest and not be clicking Curse. Go for these opportunities to wear down opposing Pokemon like a Suicune. Eating a crit Hidden Power Grass here, but still comfortably healthy, I would say. Claydol is, for that matter. And just going to get right out of there. Are we going to see a Wish Pass back to Claydol yet again? You can Wish Pass to really anything you want. And if I'm this Jirachi, I'm clicking Protect. More Toxic Chip on Charizard. Just slowly but surely. Actually, yeah, Suicune is a way smarter switch in case of there's some random sub, I guess. Yeah. Zard now 8, probably like a good 15% there. And Roar Suicune as well, I should mention, is a good way to deny Jirachi from healing, because you need those 2 turns to heal. So you can get roared out on the Wish turn, and then it's like a 50-50 whether you switch back in and collect the Wish, or whether you get roared in to collect the Wish if Suicune chooses to click Roar. Okay, missing the Thunder there, sacking off Jirachi. Things are honestly kind of winding down. I mean, there's an Arrow still that's full HP, it can do things. And a Last Mon Pert, as I mentioned earlier, still a threat. But I think Klird can probably play this in such a fashion that you keep something alive, such as this Skarmory, to be honest, so that you're just forcing that Pert to take Spikes damage and not be in a Last Mon situation. And even then, in a Last Mon situation, you still have the Metagross Boom. Okay, Toxic now on to T-Tar, which is going for game with DD against a full, or a 6-mon team here. It's looking not great. I mean, Claydol's chipped, I guess, which is your Rock Resist. Well, one of. You have Metagross. Okay, go Suicune here. So Jirachi's actually kept low from this play. And a Rock Slide Flinch could make things a little sketchy. It's actually going to be a switch into Metagross. But again, as Klird, you can probably afford to lose something here. I mean, meta isn't really... Like, meta's good for the boom. It's good into Rock Slides, and it is threatening, of course. But I think as Klird, you can stall this game out without Metagross. Catches the Jirachi there with the Roar. Unfortunate to bring in the Claydol, though, because now you get spun on. As opposed to, if you can get that second spike and make this momentum go, because I believe second spikes do 18%, so Jirachi might be in range at that case. Ooh, this is curious, because now Jirachi can get... Okay, yeah, with the Protect, yeah, you get roared out on the Wish turn, but whatever, it's getting healthy again, so... You're not out of the blue, or out of the, what is even the phrase there? Out of the woods. You're not out of the woods yet, but... Yeah, you're feeling a lot more comfortable with a 30% Jirachi than you were with an 18%. Okay, Blissey entering on the Toxic. Yet again, I think that the win condition here is just Swampert for Shiny Loudred. I guess Arrow flinches are always a possibility, so there's that. But yeah, you kind of want to set up... Oh, and you know what? The fact that Skarm doesn't have leftovers means maybe you're better off trying to fodder off this Skarmory as Shiny Loudred so that you can put yourself in a Last Mon Swampert situation. Wait, it's not Rest? It revealed every move in it. So it was willing to take a burn and it was willing to take a Toxic without being Rest. Yeah, this game's Giga over then. Yeah. There's no way. Arrow is not getting through 6 Pokemon. It's not getting through 6 Pokemon, 3 of which resist Rock Slide. Okay, that was over the second that Swampert revealed no Rest, I think. Wow. Man. Honestly, the Sand kind of... Well, not really working against Shiny Loudred, but the status just found multiple KOs, right? Took out Tar. Took out Charizard, which could have been a threat here. Obviously, bulky waters are kind of the main defensive answer for Charizard. But yeah, it still could have done things, right? It could have threatened Jirachi, which was coming in, passing wishes all over, being a huge nuisance, and just wasn't able to. The stall is going to prevail here. I'll say. As long as you can preserve a Toxic, then Swampert can't win. I guess theoretically Jirachi could miss a Toxic and die, and then you like somehow live a boom. I'm calling this over. But we have to play it out. We got to see how things gonna go. Okay, Skarmory probably gonna get sacked off here to the Double Edge, which is gonna let in Metagross. No, let in Jirachi. Okay. To click Toxic. Toxic might just end the game. No, it goes for Wish, which is a safe play to make. Because now you can protect and then Toxic the part afterwards. There's maybe Earthquake crit? Nope, Jirachi outspeeds. So, yep, that's game over. And honestly, Jirachi is going to be able to like beat Arrow even with like... I actually shouldn't be saying things that I don't know the calcs for. What am I doing? This is actually the third set I'm commentating in a row. I kind of wasn't doing too much as far as editing and commentary goes, and like a few rounds passed. So, yeah, it's a fitting end here for me today. Blissey's going to enter here, get sacked off, and you can just go Jirachi, scout the move with a Protect, and just win from there. I mean, if it's Earthquake, which I expect an Earthquake click here. No, it's Hidden Power Flying, presumably. That could be Bug, maybe, but it is Bug. Okay. And Jirachi clicks Wish. Okay, click Toxic this turn, though. Please. Thank you. There we go. And also, I'd like to see if you just start clicking attacks rather than the whole Wish Protect thing. Just get there a little bit faster, man. Come on. Yeah. Some stall got brought here. But... okay. Oh, wait. There was some... wait a minute. Okay, there was a little bit of anger in the chat, which I understand. I always get mad when like my opponent has won and then just tries to draw the game out more. Just being like, hey, like click forfeit, because like in a tournament game you want to like play it out to the end, right? So it's always nice when they take the line that's just faster when they know it's a guaranteed win. No, I'm not throwing shade, by the way. But yeah, Klird is gonna take this series. And were they the ones who won game 1? No, they won game 2 and 3, so a little comeback here. Yes. Oh, you know what? Actually, I don't care about what's going on in chat here. I know that you guys love the gossip and the drama. Don't worry, I tend to as well. But anyway, that's all from me. This was probably more in line with a kind of fall asleep to video. Just with the stall, I mean, it's more positional gameplay than turn-by-turn fireworks, which I still enjoy commentating, and I hope you guys enjoy listening to, but this might be one of the ones where it's more just you like listening to my voice rather than at the edge of your seat type of deal. But, I mean, it's Pokemon. Stall can get brought, and it's, you know, very... when you're in the right headspace, it's very engaging to play with and against. You really got to think and really got to understand what's going on. You can't just, for example, catch a Toxic on a really important offensive Pokemon. Again, no shade, just an example. Anyway, that's all from me. Hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for more ADV Revival 3 coming to you soon.